Well, this is another video from Gweilo60. This is my bike Sam. If you're wondering if all Canadians name their bikes, cars, whatever, yes, we do. It's one of those things. It's I don't know. We're not the smartest group of people in the world. A little bird down there. Hey. Amazing. Anyway. We're gonna go for a ride now, and we're just gonna talk about who's Gweilo60. Oh, and this is the backyard of my humble abode in Nanning City. Sam is a 60-volt e-bike, does about 35 kilometers, 40 kilometers, depending on if you're driving fast or slow. Ouch. And it's got no shock. She's got about 60,000, 70,000 kilometers on it. It's been around for about 7 years now. We're going on 7 years, not quite 7 years. I put her through the mill. Electric bikes are one of those really good things about China. You hear all of the bad stuff about China, and the electric bikes, but take my word for it, China's a good place. Okay, who's Gweilo60? Gweilo60 was born in Saskatchewan, Canada. It's a province of about 1 million people, a city of about 20,000 back then. Now it's about 40,000, but I was born there, but I was mostly raised in a small village named Weldon, Saskatchewan. My father grew up there. My grandfather settled there after moving from Norway. Lived in a granary for the first couple of years. Ouch, 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 ouch. Anyway, I'm sure that I'm going to get a lot of looks with this funny looking hat with a GoPro on it. I'm using a GoPro Hero 5 for this. Gotta love oh, this is Hojilu. This is my street. This is the street right by the University of Guangxi. Yeah. Anyway, why am I doing these videos? I watch people on the internet, mostly Serpent ZA, Lowe 86. He does a good job. Where's Poppy? Prozzy, he's another Canadian. He's a little bit more radical than most. He likes to drink, as most Canadians do. You know, there's nothing else to do in the wintertime in Canada except for drink. She's cold thereby, I tell you. Anyway, I retired about 3.5 years ago, and I decided to move to Nanning, where my wife was born and raised. We've been coming back and forth, you know, working in Canada and living in Canada, but spending 2 to 3 months every year for 11 years before we decided to move here full time 3.5 years ago. So we got about 14 years in China. So I'm just about an expert on Nanning City because I spent most of my time here. We did spend about a year down in Beihai, but my wife didn't like it. So being the boss that she is, we moved here back home, and that's the way it is. A little TT Audi, gotta love those nice little units. Anyway, there's a lot of construction going on in this city. I'm telling you, that's just never ends. Anyway, that's a good thing. So anyway, back to who's Gweilo60. I get off on a tangent every once in a while. Gweilo60 is the guy that's going to bring an older view, I guess, to the YouTube channel. I'm 57 years old, just turned 57 here about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. Yeah, just about 2 weeks ago, not quite. And retired here for the last 3.5 years, since April of 2014. It's pretty windy out here. I'm wondering if you're going to be able to hear this on, well, we'll find out. We might have to do it over again. Oh well, I like riding my bike. So, you know, you've got as I say, the younger guys doing a whole bunch of videos, and they've got the, you know, the 30-ish frame of mind showing, you know, what the motorcycles and, you know, the energy and running around China, conquering southern and northern China and stuff. And kudos to those guys. They do a good job, and you know, they're sort of, even though they're younger than me, they're mentors of mine because I watch everything they do, and I've learned a lot about doing these videos from them. I just wish people would watch where they're going before they run into me. Maybe I'll just slow down and take it a little bit easier. You know, along here there's restaurants. At night, this is a place that just rocks. They got bars and restaurants, and you know, it's a fun place. You'll see this every once in a while, everywhere. People on their cell phone riding bicycles, motorcycles, e-bikes, driving cars with cell phones in each hand. It's a Chinese thing. Walking into walls. It's the way it is. Anyway, so I figured that I'd give a little bit more of an older person's view. The people that I hang out with in China, I'm probably one of the youngest seniors in the group that I hang out with. And, you know, there's Dave from England, there's Ronnie from Sweden, Betty, yes, Betty is a guy's name in Sweden. And Mike from California just came back. He's a Vietnam vet. He lost part of his hand. He got shot in the stomach and the chest in Vietnam. He comes over, and he's quite a character. I like him. Talks a big show, but he's got a big heart. I know because him and Wei Fong get along, my wife, get along really good. And Wei Fong shies away from people that are bad. So if I use her as my moral compass. If Wei Fong likes a person, then that person is a good person. 99.9% out of 100, which is good. As you can tell, looking at the sky, there is no pollution. We do get pollution here, but you know, mostly in the winter time. In the summertime, there's usually a wind. It rains a lot in the summertime. We've been having some pretty warm weather with sunshine and stuff. Okay, well, GoPro shut off, probably overheated. I'm not sure what went on there, but anyway, it really doesn't matter. I'm sure a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be doing is probably a repeat of what you've seen on a lot of the other channels, and you know, for me that's okay. It's in a different city. It's fine, you know. Nanning is a green city. This, as you can tell, there's trees and parks everywhere. The infrastructure is, wow, we're a high-level Tier 3 city, which is, you know, 7 million people, southwest corner of Guangxi province. One of my next videos is going to be how I got my driver's license, and that's going to be a neat one to watch, because some of the stuff that we had to go through to get that driver's license damn near went to jail. But that was back in 2011 when I tried to get my driver's license the first time. The second time was in 2014, and I was actually successful the first time out. Because I have a Saskatchewan driver's license at that time, I didn't have to do the road test, which was good. So I just went and wrote my exam in English with a whole bunch of Chinese people on a computer, and I got 96%. So I'm just as smart as they were, I guess. Yeah. So anyway, back to the Gweilo60 thing, and who am I? Well, I think I've covered most of who I am, and just the basic stuff. You know, the younger crowd is more internet savvy than I am, but I've got a daughter, Miranda French, that knows her computers good, and she said she'd help me out, which is good. So we're going to get an older person's view on China, which, you know, because there's always senior citizens, and I think mostly senior citizens, if they don't come here to teach English, are the people that are coming over here. Maybe they're coming over to meet a lady, or they're interested in adventure. No. Anybody that tells you that they come to China for any other reason than the women, they're lying to you. I came over here to meet a girl. Well, she was a woman. She was 32 years old at that time. Now she's a lot older. Don't tell her I said that. But, you know, every foreigner that I know over here, none of them are married to white girls or black girls or green girls. They're all married to Chinese girls. So if they tell you differently, they're lying to you. Oh, I came over here to teach English. No, you didn't. You came over here to meet Chinese girls. Yes, I'm guilty. Guilty, guilty, guilty. And I'm not embarrassed about it. I'm proud of it because I met the best girl I've ever gone out with. I married her, and 14 years later, I'm as happy as I ever have been. I've got a whole new life in China, a new adventure, and that's another reason why I'm doing these videos, is I want to share that adventure with not only family and friends in Canada, but also people that are interested in China. And I'm telling you, China is more than an interesting place. It's so different than what anybody in the Western world is used to. It is an amazing place. From the food, the culture, the way people think is different. Just the things that I've learned about China over the last 14 years has simply amazed me. I would not have it any other way. I am so happy about being in this country. Today, maybe not so much because it's 41 degrees outside. I am literally melting, and oh well, that's just the way it is. In Canada, I would be sitting around bored stiff. Here in China, I'm on a 60-volt e-bike named Sam, and I named it after my grandfather because my grandfather was a big Norwegian, and my bike is bigger than most, so it just seemed normal to call it Sam. I was going to call it Stan because my uncle's really big, but he might not like that. He might kick my ass, so I don't think I'm going to go there. Grandpa's gone now, so that's a way to remember him too. Anyway, I hope you like this video. I want people to subscribe, like, and comment on the videos that I'm making. Hopefully, see, and they don't stop. They don't care. There's obviously going to be accidents here. Anyway, like, comment, or subscribe. And I thank you very much for watching my video, and I guarantee there's going to be many, many more. Goodbye for now.